Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Breathe Life and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. On my channel, I talk about how I was able to grow my type 4 hair to hip length. I also discuss true crime stories and anything that's on my mind that I would like to share with you. In this video, I would like to discuss the case of 3-year-old Victoria who passed away on January 19, 2021 as a result of allegedly being beat to death by her adoptive mother, Ariel Johnson. Many know her from a show that she was on called Worst Cooks in America. And when I heard about this story, it really did remind me of the Orrin and Orson case. It got me really thinking, where do they get these foster parents? What is going on? I know that some agencies require foster parents to take psych evals. How are these parents passing these evaluations? I'm going to discuss the details surrounding this story and some of my thoughts. So let's get right into it. Former upstate teacher and winner of Worst Cooks in America on the Food Network, Ariel Johnson from South Carolina was charged with homicide by child abuse and the death of her foster daughter, Victoria Rose Smith. She was denied bond on February 12th and she's currently in jail along with the adoptive father, Ariel Robinson.
I almost killed my husband when we were dating because I cooked him some ribs and they were a little dry and he choked on them.
Ariel Robinson sat down with WYFF News 4 in August after winning the Food Network show Worst Cooks in America. She told us then the winnings from the show would go a long way to help her and her husband, who recently adopted 3 more children.
I just know that the Lord had his hands on me and he had a purpose for me to go on there.
The former middle school teacher was an aspiring comedian booked by Justin Williams to perform at a Pickens County barbecue event back in November.
She was hilarious. She was super sweet to everybody around her, and she expressed a passion for working with children and working, with just the community.
Ariel Robinson stated he never abused Victoria. However, his wife Ariel would constantly beat her. On the day of Victoria Rose Smith's death, he stated that he told his wife she went too far. The adoption finalization date was scheduled for January 19, 2021, and that was the day that they both were arrested for Victoria's death. Victoria suffered from extensive injuries, including deep purple bruising on her abdomen, bruising on her ear, abrasions on her face, bruising on her back, and bruising up and down both of her legs. Prosecutors said Ariel told first responders she believed Victoria Rose drowned from drinking too much water. Ariel claimed Victoria was having stomach issues after eating something and then drinking several cups of water before going limp. Ariel also claimed that she started pressing on Victoria's stomach to perform the Heimlich maneuver, which likely caused the bruising to the abdomen, as she asked Jerry to call 911. When questioned further, Ariel said that Victoria's 7-year-old brother, who was also in the Robinsons' care along with another sibling, had anger issues and caused bruising on Victoria Rose's body. Investigators said that they met with staff at Victoria's brother's school and they described him as a happy, smaller child with no outward signs of physical abuse towards anyone. Ariel Robinson gave investigators a much different account of what happened compared to Ariel's story. In a 2-hour interview with investigators, prosecutors said Jerry told them that Victoria Rose's injuries were from being hit by a belt at the hands of Ariel. He told investigators he was outside when the beating happened, and when he came inside, he told Ariel that she had gone too far. Jerry told investigators that they then put Victoria in an Epsom salt bath, and he went to a pharmacy to buy medication to help with the bruising before Victoria became unresponsive. Prosecutors said law enforcement was able to get surveillance footage of Jerry making this purchase at the pharmacy. Jerry also told investigators that there had been previous beatings involving a belt, paddle, flip-flop, or whatever. And those were his words. This story is extremely disturbing, and when I looked over footage of Ariel, I would never guess that she would be the type of person to commit such an act, even though they say you never really know anyone. Based on some of the things that people said about her, it seems that they're really shocked that Ariel would commit such an act because she was not known to be a violent person. So many people are very surprised. I did go to her social media and I looked at a couple of videos. She was a budding stand-up comic, and in one particular video, she makes a joke about punching her child in the face, and people say, oh, this was a sign that she was violent.
It's adoption process. So we're trying to adopt a baby girl, and the social worker, they have to come over and, see that you're not too crazy to adopt. And so the whole way she's coming over, I'm telling my husband, I said, you know what, we should have locked the other two up in cages because if she meet them two, ain't no way they gonna give us enough. She gets there, it's too late. They upstairs hollering, screaming. Where the moms at? Where the moms at? Okay, yeah, y'all like y'all kids either. So they upstairs hollering and screaming going on. You get to that mommy level and you done had it. So I can get this woman that's in my face. So I turn around, yell upstairs, shut up, I come in there and punch you in your throat. Turn back around and she's looking at me the same way y'all looking at me. It's a game, I punch them, they punch me. We got through.
It was a joke that was a couple of years ago, and you can't really tell if someone is going to commit such an act based on a joke that they make. I was looking at the pictures of Victoria, and she just looks so sweet and angelic. Her previous foster parent, who was her aunt, described her as sassy and very sweet. And the reason why Victoria was placed in the care of Ariel is because she agreed to take her two other siblings. CPS prefers for siblings to be together when one is placed in foster care. So because Ariel was willing to take Victoria's two other siblings, that is why they placed Victoria in the care of Ariel. From the outside looking in, when I look at Ariel, she does not seem like a violent person, but apparently she had issues that nobody knew of. I think that they need to do a better vetting process when it comes to who they choose to foster children. There's a lot of crazy things that happen to foster children, and it seems like a lot of people are fostering children for the wrong reasons. Some people are most likely getting into fostering children for financial benefits, which is the worst reason to adopt a child or foster a child. If you are going to foster or adopt a child, do it because you love children. Please do not do it for anything else other than because you love the children. I think there needs to be a better system in place because this just can't keep happening. The children are placed in foster care because they are trying to keep the children safe. They deem that the children are unsafe in the home of the biological parents, so they place the children in the care of foster parents. So why are the foster children being abused? Why are they being murdered? Why am I constantly hearing about something on the news happening to a foster child? This definitely reminded me of the Orrin and Orson case where the foster parents claimed that the children escaped from the yard, and many people feel like something sinister happened. Something needs to be done. Some rules need to be added in. There needs to be lots and lots and lots of psychiatric evaluations because this cannot keep happening. Who is going to protect our children? What could a 3-year-old possibly do to make you beat them up? Here are a few clips of Ariel Johnson. When you look at her, you would not think that she would be someone to do something like this, because she says a lot of great things.
We don't watch the news for that reason. I'm very sensitive when it comes to like stories about children and stuff like that. So when the news started talking about kids getting abused or murdered or left in a car or things like that, I was like, I can't do this. I can't watch this. I can't, for my mental health, I can't watch this because I don't like to hear about a child being harmed. No. So I stopped watching news probably not long after I had Kyle, and that was 2008. So I had to give it up because I was just like, yeah, I can't really do that too much.
I ain't never watch the news.
You just wouldn't think that she would be capable of doing something like this. Clearly, this woman had some deep psychological issues that nobody knew of. The system is flawed, okay? So as a parent, if you're not doing your best job parenting, your child may end up in foster care and be in the hands of a monster, okay? As a parent, do your job, because it's clear that just because you trust the system, or we as a whole trust the system, it does not mean that our children are safe. Because I keep hearing gruesome stories about things that are happening in foster care, and something's gotta give. So guys, what do you think about this story? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, have a blessed one. Bye.